here right now. We're into shedding season. So what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to introduce you to a buddy. And here's what I love about it. This is just a guy who loves his dog and wanted to be able to groom the dog better. This is the hands-on pet shedding grooming gloves that I've had on the air now for, what, how long, Jay? A year and a half?
7 shows?
7 shows. This is your 7th appearance. By the way, you get really good at it in your 8th.
Yeah, great.
I get to introduce you to Jay Michelson and the biggest dog in the world.
Ever.
This is Boo. Hi, baby. Hi, Boo. Boo is a Caucasian mountain dog. Also as large as a mountain.
Yes.
And this is a big, heavy-coated dog. And watch what Jay is doing. All we're doing is petting Boo. And that's all we're doing.
Yeah.
And look at this face. Boo is happy. By the way, you would not want to anger a dog this big. And we're just kind of collecting the fur that we've been getting off of Boo since we started. And I want you to see what is pulling out. Boo, you got to stay with us. When Boo decides to go somewhere, Boo goes somewhere. Come here, baby.
Come here, Boo.
And it's the undercoat that we're getting. Now, there's nothing sharp. This is all simple and easy. How did you come up with the idea, Jay?
Bathing and grooming dogs and horses my whole life. I wondered why these weren't on the market. And so I went out and made them. But these replace all...
By the way, does someone have a breath mint the size of a Frisbee?
But you can see how the hair doesn't stick to the gloves. The simple flick of the wrist, hair releases, but it gets all the way down to the undercoat. Even on a long-haired dog like this, gets all the way down, so you get that dirt and dander out, and look how much hair comes out. And it every time, and it doesn't load up.
This is crazy. I was a customer of Jay's before he came to QVC. Kelly and I own horses. I have 2 miniature donkeys that are my babies, and trying to groom them was difficult.
Yes, and they didn't like being groomed.
I want you to see every torture piece of equipment that I have ever dealt with in trying to groom dogs.
We're replacing all of that.
Does this look friendly to your dog? No.
Get out.
Little pins like that. Ouch. How about things like this? All of these are ridiculous. When with Jay's, all you do is you put on a mitt on one hand,
and you have the wrist strap. You can
mitt
tighten
on the
it
other,
down.
and you would think those little rubber nodules. What a simple, easy to do idea.
Yes.
Jay, how many prototypes?
I thought it was going to be easy, but it took 4.5 years to get it right. It was not easy
and he got it
at
right.
all.
Now, I can groom Boo right by her eyes. I can groom my cat, which if you follow my Facebook page, I'm proud of it. I own the meanest cat in North America. I got a cat with a tattoo that smokes cigars. I think he's in a gang. His name is Louie, and he was impossible to groom. And now it's just, all I'm doing is petting and loving on him.
And that's what we hear all the time, the white Pyrenees that we see on the videos.
Look. Oh.
She's and there's a cat.
Yep.
But dogs, when we hear it all the time, dogs, horses, cats that hate to be groomed love the gloves. And because the other devices rip and tear hair out.
And it just becomes a time to love on your pet.
Yeah, and that's the cool part.
And it works.
People will use it because you're making your animals happy, which makes you happy.
By the way, this is crazy. Your horse is smaller than your dog.
Yeah. And that's one of our horses, and you can see how the hair doesn't
We're
stick.
starting to blow coat again because it's starting to get pretty warm out there. And all you're doing is just rubbing and petting and loving. Yes.
And they love it.
I was a big fan of Jay's product before Jay got to QVC, and I will continue to be. I want you to see, this is nuts. Look at the extra unwanted.
That was last Sunday, 2 minutes of grooming.
As a balding man, to see this much hair go to waste, I'm tearing up just a little bit.
But that was 2 minutes on Sunday. This past Sunday, we groomed her. But they're also made for bathing, beyond shedding. They work on long-haired dogs, short-haired dogs.
It just doesn't matter.
All of it.
Come here, Boo. Hi, Boo, buddy. Come here.
Hey, Boo.
Hi, Boo. By the way, Boo moves at the same speed as large cruise ships. She doesn't turn easily. Hi, baby. But I can get right over to her ears. I can get underneath. I can rub. in places that I could never go with a regular brush.
You can't get to that with a blade. And on blades, when you buy them, read the instructions. It literally says don't go over the same spot more than a few times.
But look at this.
Because it'll make them bald and cut them.
Now, by the way, this is really common sense. Don't overthink this. They're gloves. Gloves. You order them according to the size of your hand, not the size of your dog. I've said this before. Bubba, if you've got a Pekingese and you're palming basketballs, get the extra large. Has nothing to do with your Pekingese, okay? Order the size glove that you wear and use them often. This time of year, dogs like Boo need to get that undercoat out.
Yes.
Because they'll be miserable when it goes from 40 degrees to 90 degrees overnight, which is exactly what's going to happen because Mother Nature's been kind of crazy.
Yeah, and beyond that, it's better for their hair and coat.
I love you.
You get that dirt and dander off their skin, and then you massage those natural oils to the surface coat, which gives that natural shine, which we actually won an award for.
Yes.
So we won Best Grooming Product at Super Zoo in Vegas, and then we also won for Best Natural Product at Global Pet Expo in Orlando.
I have never been happier that a dog likes me than this dog.
And that's the cool thing.
Yes.
They don't know they're being groomed.
They're just being loved.
Yeah.
It's the most humane, wonderful, wonderful way to work with your pet. Jay Michelson, dude, I always respected you as an inventor.
Thank you, man.
I now call you a friend. And to have you reach this type of success, I'm so thrilled. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, over 600 of them ordered once again. It's great to have you here.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dan.
All right, my pick of the day. Boo, thank you. Always say thank you to a dog that size. By the way, how big a pooper scooper do you need for a dog like Bo?